Hi everyone. My last video was about greedy whisper search. Now I'm going to discuss A-star search, that is the next informed search strategy in artificial intelligence. So what is the difference between the greedy whisper search and A-star searches? Here we are going to do the same process. We are going to calculate the evaluation function f of n using the heuristic function h of n. So what is the main difference here is in greedy best for search, people would have noticed the path cost between any two nodes. So that information we are going to include in this A-star search. So that is the main difference between the greedy best for search and A-star search. Here we are going to combine both the path cost and the heuristic function. Together we are going to attain an evaluation function. So let's see how does it works. It evaluates nodes by combining g of n, the cost to reach the node, h of n, the cost to get from the node to the goal. So what will be our evaluation function f of n is g of n plus h of n. So what is g of n is? It gives the path cost from the start node to the node n. That is, suppose you are in an initial state. From initial state, we are expanding some 4 nodes. So from initial state to node 1, there will be a path cost. Initial state to node 2, there will be a path cost. Initial state to node 3, there will be a path cost. Similarly, it keeps continuing till your level n of your tree. So that is the g of n. And h of n is the estimated cost of the cheapest path from n to the goal we have. That is the heuristic function which we are going to introduce. As I told you earlier, heuristic is something you discover, something we are finding new, some new technique we are finding, that is h of n. So by calculating this g of n and h of n, we'll get the estimated cost of the cheapest solution through n. So that is what A-star search is all about. In simple, that is path cost plus the heuristic function gives you the evaluation function. So let us see the example now. We'll see the example and then I'll come to these points so that you can understand it more clear. So the same map of Romania, we are going to take it. So starting with the initial node Arad, I'm starting with the initial node Arad. So Arad's h of n value is 366. So here the h of n, the heuristic function we have taken is the straight line distance. So Arad it is 366 plus g of n. So Arad to Arad there is no path. So as it is a starting node, there is no path existing. So which is f of n is equal to g of n plus h of n is 0 plus 366. We are getting 366. Okay. So next we have to proceed from Arad. What are the cities connected to Zerent, to Sibiu, and then Timisoara? To all, so we are going to expand these 3 nodes. So expanding Sibiu, Timisoara, and Zerent. So same way we are going to calculate it, which is equal to f of n is equal to g of n plus h of n. So to Arad to Sibiu, what is the path cost? It is 140. It is equal to 140 plus, what is Sibiu's heuristic function? Sibiu's heuristic function is 253. So 140 plus 253, we have got 393. Similarly, Timisoara. Arad to Timisoara, it is 118. So 118 plus Timisoara's heuristic function is 329. 118 plus 329, we have got 447. So next is Zerent. So Arad to Zerent, it is 75 plus Zerent's heuristic function is 374. We have got 449. So now take a look among Sibiu, Timisoara and Zerent. So which is having the lowest f of n value is Sibiu, that is 393. So we are going to proceed with Sibiu. So from Sibiu, what are the nodes connected? Arad, Oraclea, Reminis Uvelcia and Phaeacius. So these four we are going to expand it again. Arad, Phaeacius, Oraclea and Reminis Uvelcia. So same way, Sibiu to Arad it is Sibiu to Arad it is 140. Okay, and then so before that Sibiu was already connected to Arad. So again Arad to Sibiu it is 140. So 140 plus 140 it is 280 plus Arad's h of n value was 366. So 280 plus 366 we have got 646. So similarly Phaeacius, Sibiu to Phaeacius it is 99. Okay, so it has started from Arad. So 140 plus 99 we have got 239 plus Phaeacius h of n value is 176. We have got 415 as the f of n value. Same way, Sibiu to Oraclea it is 151. So the previous node Arad to Sibiu it is 140. So 140 plus 151 we have got 291. Plus Oraclea's h of n value is 380. We have got the f of n value as 671. And next, the last Reminis Uvelcia, its cost is 80 plus 140. It is 220 plus h of n's value is 193. So g of n plus h of n we have got 413. So out of these four, which is having the minimum is 413. And remember, this A star search will keep all its f of n value, f of n costs in its memory. That is, it will compare all the non-explored nodes. It is 646, 415, 671, 413, 447, 449. So out of all these six, which is having the minimum is Reminis Uvelcia, it is 413. So we are going to expand this Reminis Uvelcia. So Reminis Uvelcia. So Reminis Uvelcia, how many nodes connected is to Sibiu, to Cravia and then Petesti. So all those three have expanded. And so Reminis Uvelcia to Cravia it is 146. So 146 plus 80 plus 140. So we have to calculate the path cost of Cravia to Reminis Uvelcia plus Sibiu plus to Arad. So all these three has to be calculated here for g of n. So though that way we have got 366 plus h of n value is 160. So we have got the f of n as 526. Similarly calculating for Petesti and then Sibiu. Calculating all these three, g of n value plus h of n of Petesti is 100 and Sibiu again we are calculating the same way. We have got the f of n value. So now see to it carefully. This Arad, Phaeacius, Oraclea, Cravia, Petesti, Sibiu, Timisoara and Zerine. All these nodes are non-expanded nodes. So that is we haven't explored. All these are fringes. So all these the nodes which are not expanded so far we call it as fringes. So it will keep all these fringes costs in memory. Here the minimum is 417. But in memory it knows so that exists a node which is having a minimum than that of Petesti, that is Phaeacius is having 415. So it will go pick that particular node and then expand. Okay, that is the main difference in A star search. So now we have 415. So from Phaeacius, two cities connected to Sibiu and then Bucharest. So again the same way we are calculating f of n is equal to g of n plus h of n. So g of n value will be Sibiu to Phaeacius it is 99 plus Phaeacius to Sibiu again 99, then Sibiu to Arad it is 140. So all these 1, 2 and 3 nodes, we have got 338 plus Sibu's the h of n value was 253. So we have got the f of n value as 591. Similarly, calculating for Bucharest. So this Bucharest is our goal node. So we have reached the goal node. So by calculating the similar way, the g of n value is 450 plus Bucharest value is 0. So 450 plus 0, we have got 450. So now again it will check with the memory. So we are having a minimum of 450. So this 450 is not minimum. There exists a node here. It is 471 that 447 that exists and 449 exists. So among that 417 also has exist. So this 417 is minimum of all these fringes. So next we will be expanding this Petoskey. Expanding this Petoskey from Petoskey to Reminiscencia, Croatia and Bucharest. All those three we are expanding. Same way calculating the g of n value, that is Bucharest to Petoskey is 101. Petoskey to Reminiscencia is 97. Reminiscencia to Sibiu is 80. Sibiu to Arad it is 140. So we are calculating all these four path costs. We have got 418 plus Bucharest h of n value is 0. We have got h of f of n as 418. Similarly, we will be calculating for Craiova and then Reminiscencia. So now just check it. So we have got the f of n value as 418, which is minimum of all those fringes. So we'll stop with this. So the program, the search will get stopped with this, as we have occurred the cheapest cost and we have reached the goal node. So we'll be stopping with this. Okay. So note. So this I have written this. So note. So for your convenience, I've written this note again. Bucharest first appears on the fringe step E. So Bucharest, it is getting appeared on the fringe step. In step E, Bucharest is appearing as a fringe. Then, but it is not selected for expansion because its F cost 450 is higher than that of Petoskey 417. Okay, so this one which I explained earlier. That is, there might be a solution through Petoskey whose cost is as low as 417. So the algorithm will not settle down for a solution that costs 450. It will repeat the iterations or it will keep expanding the nodes of open list until it finds the minimum cost of the entire nodes of open list. So this open list closed list concept have already been explained in the previous greedy best first search. That is, the nodes which has to be expanded will be in the open list and the nodes which are expanded already will be keeping it on the closed list. So here what they are saying here is, so here this A star search will keep maintaining the open list. It will keep all the F costs in memory in open list. So that will help the search technique to find the minimum of all the fringes. So only if we occur at a solution of a minimum of all the fringes, it will stop with that. And okay. So from this example, we can extract a general proof that A star using tree search is optimal if h of n is admissible. So now we'll go to that slide. I'll tell you what is admissible. Okay, so to find the cheapest solution, first try the node with the lowest value of g of n plus h of n. So now it will be very clear with these points. So to find the cheapest solution, we are using the formula g of n plus h of n. This strategy is more reasonable provided that the heuristic function satisfies certain conditions. Okay, A star search is both complete and optimal. Why they say complete is, when you call a solution a complete solution is, before that is when so from level 0 to level n, so within that level n we should obtain the solution. Okay, so if you obtain a solution before within level n, within the depth you call it as a complete and optimal. Okay, when you call a solution a optimal solution is, it is when you were able to satisfy a condition, like when your heuristic function, okay, never overestimates the cost of the solution. Okay, I'll tell you this. So when you call this A star search as complete and optimal is, so that is what admissible heuristic is. Just see this. So here our heuristic value is 253. Here our heuristic value is 329 and it is 374. Just have a look. This heuristic never overestimates this cost of this function. See, always this cost is higher than that of heuristic function. Okay, in that way we should frame the heuristic function for all the problems. Just cross check with all those. So this, it will never overestimate. Okay, in such a way we should set the heuristic function. So what is admissible heuristic is, A star is optimal if h of n is a admissible heuristic. Okay, that is provided that h of n never overestimates the cost to reach the goal. So we should set the h of n in such a way that should never overestimate the cost to reach the goal. Okay, if h of n value itself, if we are assigning it as a higher value, we'll never attain a cheaper solution. So that is what they are coming to say here. So that is why we say A star search is admissible heuristic. If it is admissible heuristic, we call A star search as optimal. Admissible heuristics are by nature optimistic, because they think the cost of solving the problem is always less than it actually is. Okay, since g of n is the exact cost to reach n, that occurs the consequence f of n never overestimates the true cost of a solution through n. So here also they say another point. So this g of n also never overestimates the cost of the function. So if these two conditions is okay, it means we are obtaining an optimal A star search solution. So the last point. So that is, from this example we can extract a general proof that A star using tree search is optimal if h of n is admissible. Admissible heuristic is that whatever value we are setting for as a heuristic function, that should never overestimate the cost of the function. So hence this is the formula. Again I have put up here as a reference. Just this f of n is estimated cost of the cheapest solution. This g of n is cost to reach node n from start state. H of n is cost to reach from node n to goal node. Hence we can combine both costs as following, and this sum is called as a fitness number. So we know this f of n as an evaluation function. So here they have named it as another name, that is this evaluation function f of n, we call it as a fitness number. I think now it is clear with greedy best first search and A star search. I'll see you next time. Thank you.